The moment has finally arrived, everybody. Anyways, welcome back, true believers and all you spectacular Spidey fans, to another very exciting episode of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 101. And not only do we now have our official release date for Marvel's Spider-Man 2 coming out this October 20th of 2023, but we also have a massive PlayStation blog going over the different editions that will be coming out for the game, and a massive confirmation coming straight from the mouth of the game's creative director of Brian Intihar. So if you're beyond hype for Marvel's Spider-Man 2 like I am, and have been waiting for this massive piece of news to finally come out for this game ever since the reveal trailer dropped in 2021, then definitely be sure to web up that like button and subscribe to the channel for any major upcoming Marvel's Spider-Man 2 updates. And to get the biggest update out of the way right off the bat is that it is 110% officially confirmed that Eddie Brock is not going to be Venom within Marvel's Spider-Man 2.
Can you tell, is this an Osborn Venom? Can you tell what's the origin of Eddie Brock Venom? Or
it is not Eddie Brock.
Okay.
It is not Eddie Brock.
Okay.
Our goal was to tell an original story, something you haven't seen in the comics or the movies yet. Obviously, we love Venom for a reason.
Yeah.
All those things you love about the character are going to be there, but how the story plays out, who is Venom, you have to play the game to see how it goes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Is it Osborn Venom? Can you tell what's the origin of Eddie Brock?
Whoa,
Venom,
Jeff!
Or?
It is not Eddie Brock.
Okay.
It is not Eddie Brock.
Okay.
It's not Eddie, so it's Harry, right?
An original story, something you haven't seen in the comics or the movies yet. Obviously,
he just confirmed
we
so
love
much.
Venom
Now, while we are fully aware that Eddie Brock does exist within the Marvel Spider-Man universe, if we do look at his Easter eggs that can be found either in the Miles Morales Daily Bugle articles, or more primarily is one of the backpacks that you can find in Spider-Man PS4, we haven't seen Eddie himself physically appear in Insomniac's universe in any of the previous games. And based on the previous post-credit scenes in both of these titles, it's certainly hinting towards the possibility that Harry Osborn might be the one who becomes Venom in Insomniac's universe instead of Eddie Brock himself, which would not only be an incredible twist on the Venom lore, but it would also give a great setup for Norman Osborn, who may potentially become the Green Goblin by the very end of this game if, spoiler alert, Harry potentially ends up dying by the disease that killed off his mom, which in turn would send Norman off of the deep end, making him turn into the Green Goblin, and thus setting up Marvel's Spider-Man 3. And even though that is definitely thinking way far ahead into the future, it certainly does make sense from a narrative perspective. And while I know a lot of Eddie Brock fans might be upset about this, I for one am absolutely stoked, because that means we're going to see a Venom story play out that we have never seen before. And knowing how well Insomniac have delivered their stories in the previous Spider-Man games, I have no doubt that this is going to be one of the most intriguing Venom stories we've ever seen in Spider-Man media. But if that wasn't enough for you, we do have a full-on PlayStation blog directly breaking down the different editions that you can pre-order for Marvel's Spider-Man 2, and all the awesome goodies that are included within it, including a badass Venom statue and a ton of brand new Spider-Man suits. Whereas PlayStation tweeted shortly after the Summer Game Fest, they stated Marvel's Spider-Man 2 launches October 20th, pre-orders start June 16th. Swing to the PS blog for details on editions and new suits. So definitely be sure to mark your calendars, everybody, for June 16th when the pre-orders officially go live for Marvel's Spider-Man 2 to make sure that you get your copy as early as possible, because I know full well that that collector's edition is 100% going to be mine. And as written by the community director of Insomniac Games himself, of James Stevenson, he went on to state that everyone at Insomniac Games is thrilled to announce that Marvel's Spider-Man 2 will launch on Friday, October 20th, 2023, only on PlayStation 5. After the amazing fan reception for Marvel's Spider-Man in 2018 and Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales in 2020, the team has worked tirelessly over the past few years to make this third installment in the franchise the sequel you have been waiting for. Built from the ground up for PlayStation 5 consoles, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 will unlock the power of the console with better visuals, faster web swinging and web wings, 3D audio, and near-instant character switching. We speak for all of our collaborators and friends at PlayStation and Marvel Games when we say that we cannot wait for you to get your hands on this incredible single-player open-world experience. And despite there being even more amazing details layered within this article, let me just say that Insomniac truly knows how to give the fans what they want. And speaking of which, we also got some brand new concept art that was also showcased during the Summer Game Fest presentation. presentation. But as James goes on to iterate in this article, he says that in Marvel's Spider-Man 2, players will get to experience Marvel's New York as both Peter Parker and Miles Morales. As you saw in the PlayStation Showcase last month, the main storyline of the game will have you take control of both Spider-Man at different points of the campaign. In the open world, you will be able to switch nearly instantly between them as you explore Manhattan, Queens, and Brooklyn. Both Spider-Men have stories and missions in the world exclusive to each of them. And even though Insomniac already went over this in previous interviews with Eurogamer, it's great to know that the player can choose to decide which Spidey they want to swing around in when fully exploring Marvel's New York in the open world. And it's also great to know that each Spider-Man will have their time to shine throughout the story. But more importantly is that we now have our first official look at the game's box art and the pre-order bonuses that will become attached with the game. Where as you can see from the box art, Peter and Miles are both key protagonists in our story. The iconic red background returns, but darkness surrounds as fan-favorite villains like Venom, Lizard, and Kraven threaten them and Marvel's New York. You will also notice that each character's arm represents their new abilities, where Peter has the symbiote and Miles has his evolved bioelectric Venom powers. And in addition to the game's launch date, we are excited to walk you through your options for experiencing Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Pre-orders will open on June 16th, 2023 at all participating retailers, PlayStation Store, and PlayStation Direct. Pre-orders will go live at 10 a.m. local time on June 16th, 2023, and fans who pre-order any version of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 will receive an early unlock Arachnite suit for Peter with 3 additional color variants, as well as an early unlock Shadow Spider suit for Miles and an early unlock Web Grabber gadget, and lastly are 3 skill points to get you started. And not only do these suits look awesome, but now we have another confirmation for the game is that there will be color variants attached to each individual costume, which is definitely going to give the customization variety for Marvel's Spider-Man 2 a huge leg up in comparison to the previous games. And as for the price, you will see the beautiful box art adorning the standard edition of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 for $69.99 USD and all the similar prices attached to that. But that's not all. There will be a digital deluxe and collector's edition of the game. Whereas the PlayStation blog showcases in full glory, the digital deluxe edition of Marvel's Spider-Man 2, which will be priced at $79.99 USD, will include the game, all the pre-order incentives, as well as 10 unique suits, 5 for Peter and 5 for Miles, with additional photo mode frames and stickers, and lastly are 2 additional skill points. And even though I'm not a massive alternate suit guy myself, since I will mostly be playing the main campaign originally starting off with the new advanced suit and Miles' new suit, I can't deny that these new suits for Peter and Miles look absolutely insane. And they are most definitely original Insomniac Games designs that they have crafted specifically for Marvel's Spider-Man 2. But regardless, just because these digital deluxe edition suits are going to be original Insomniac made costumes, I have no doubt that there's also going to be a ton of comic accurate suits that Spidey fans know and love featured within this game. But we just have to wait and see as to what other types of suits might make their way into this title. But the biggest piece of merch to come out of all these new details for Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is the long-awaited collector's edition for the game, which I am 1010% going to be buying for myself. And oh my god, does this collector's edition look absolutely phenomenal. For our hardcore Spider-Man fans out there who want an incredible Spider-Man collectible alongside Marvel's Spider-Man 2, we have just the edition for you while supplies last. The collector's edition, which is priced at $229 USD, includes a voucher for the digital deluxe edition, as well as a steelbook case and an extraordinary high-quality 19-inch statue featuring our Spider-Man battling fan-favorite Venom. Fans can order the Collector's Edition on PlayStation Direct in those select markets: United States, United Kingdom, Germany, France, Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, Italy, Austria, Spain, and Portugal, starting at 10 a.m. local time on June 16th, 2023. And for those countries that do not have PlayStation Direct, be on the lookout for more information on how you can secure a collector's edition in your region. Not only do we get what I personally wanted this entire time of having Venom be the forefront of the statue with the inclusion of Peter and Miles trying to fight him, but we also get our first full look of Venom with a completely inlaid white spider symbol. And taking this design into consideration from from the statue, I have no doubt that the model that we're going to fight in-game is going to look absolutely monstrous. However, the only downside that I do have with this collector's edition is that it does not come with a physical disc of Marvel's Spider-Man 2, and instead, it's merely a more expensive version of the digital deluxe edition. And the steelbook case that we do see with the collector's edition is flat out empty, meaning that you do have to buy the standard edition of Marvel's Spider-Man 2 separately from the collector's edition if you do want the physical disc for the game, which is definitely a big downside for any of you like me who do fully appreciate physical copies of games instead of digital versions. But besides that small issue, the collector's edition still looks amazing regardless, and you will still be fully able to play the game by the time it launches on October 20th. And to wrap up the article, we do have Insomniac saying, "We cannot wait for you to get your hands on the game on October 20th, 2023, only on PlayStation 5. In the meantime, prepare to get your pre-orders in for Marvel's Spider-Man 2 at PlayStation Store, PlayStation Direct, or a friendly retailer online or near you on June 16th, 2023. And for all the latest on Insomniac games, be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And by God, everyone, what else is there to say other than in Insomniac we trust? This is a good day if you're a Spider-Man fan. And especially if you're looking forward to pre-ordering Marvel's Spider-Man 2, then there are certainly a plethora of editions that you can choose from when purchasing the game. And given that we now finally have the official release date for Marvel's Spider-Man 2, it's only a matter of time until we start seeing even more trailers and footage released for the game in order to get fans even more hyped up than they already are. And with a little over 4 months to go, the launch leading up to Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is closer than ever before. And with all that said, everybody, that's the video I have for you today, and please let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. What are your thoughts on all these new details for Marvel's Spider-Man 2, and which edition of the game are you going to be buying for yourself? Let me know what you think. Be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you did enjoy, and for more Marvel's Spider-Man 2 videos like this in the future. Thank you all so much for watching. Stay spectacular, Spidey fans, and until next time, peace out.